Diamond dance on my teeth, 100 bands on my jeans. Got some niggas that's gone. Pray my niggas get free.
What's good? We here with another episode of Kites. It's your boy Young E-Class. Let's get straight into it. We about to talk about that law library and how I got introduced to the law library and working on a case and all that. Because I thought when you go up the road, your time is your time. I'm thinking like you got 40 years, you're gonna do 40 years. I didn't even know about percentage of time and you get sometimes parole and you get sentenced 5 years parole and all that. I ain't know about none of that. So I'm still, running around the jail, learning the tricks of the trade of the jail, learning the hustle, learning everything about the prison. So I'm just doing me for real. I'm doing me, hustling, trapping, trying to become a jailhouse millionaire. Also the politics and things that's going on in the jail. Like, I'm getting into the sports now. You got the A-League basketball team. You got like Soldier Boy, Sean, Damo. Man, you got some dudes that's in that joint balling. Like, I'm talking about like NBA. Like, the games was like NBA quality. Like, when the Spurs play, like you try and be down there and playoffs come, championship come. Like, it's big. It's big. Like, it was huge entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Even baseball. I remember one time I heard Mickey in pre-release, man. Free Mickey, he's walking around the baseball track. Somebody hit it, and that jump went and hit him right in his head or his eye, something like. The sports getting into the workout, and started to notice, like real gang activity going on. Started to notice, like, Bloods, Crips, J, BGF. And starting to really pay attention to how the gangs influence what flow in the jail. But it wasn't to the point of like how I got laid in a bit in other jails, but we're gonna get there when we get there. So let's get into the law library. How I get interested. So for one, I like to shout out Napoleon. That's my big home in Napoleon home now. If y'all follow me on social media platforms, y'all see I posted them. I want to go pick him up and spend some time with him, man. It's great to see him out here because he was one of the few that actually only instilled positivity into me. Not just, the Bible and not just God, but positive. Like every time I see him, he had something positive to say. If I was about to go do something or wanted to do something, or I heard stories of other people, him saving people's lives and getting them to not do things. But I'm gonna call him Mr. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Rumble, young man, rumble. Everybody know who that is. So and I gotta make a correction. Cause I kept saying D and F tier something, or D, it wasn't, it was E and F. I moved on E. I was in E34. And shout out to Slim who commented and corrected me. And the way he corrected me, it wasn't on no, man, he really was like, no, I'm not discrediting anything. I'm not, because I know what you're saying is fact, because of the names, because of the people, XYZ. But he said, you throwing me off when you saying D tier. And I was like, what? So I even had to call Rabbit. Like, man, what's it? And he was like, yeah. Then Bone called me and I asked him. He's like, I'm tripping. But that's from being in so many jails, though. That's from being in so many jails. And a lot of spots, I was on D10 on spots. And in the OJ, I was in D34. So I always used to say, damn, that's the same cell I was in the cut. Damn, just short of breath. But let's get to it. One day I was walking down the TID and I just heard it. Hey young man, what you doing? Hallelujah, thank you Jesus. Rumble, young man, rumble. Like, Napoleon, the real boxer though, he ain't one of them. Cause I remember sometimes I used to just like buck at him. He stand, like his stance is, his normal everyday stance is a boxer stance. He always ready to and he always like messing with his jaw. Like he used to tell me, like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, get your jaw strong. So if somebody do get one off on you, you be able to sustain. So one day he was like, man, I know you know what I'm saying, doing your thing around here, but I hope you invest in that in your freedom. So I was like, what you mean? I'm like, what you mean? So he like, man, you know what I'm saying, get down to that law library, get your case. So I'm lost. I'm like, what the hell? So we, you know what I'm saying, talk more about it, and he explained to me like post convictions, modifications, reconsiderations, federal corpus habeas. I might have pronounced that wrong. Gotta get your you gotta order your transcripts. You can order them through the public defender office because it'll be cheaper. And I had my trial was like 2 weeks, so my transcripts was like huge. So when I went back to the cell, you know, I knock on the wall, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, hey, boom. Like, I'm like, where the law library at? And he tell me where it's at. I'm like, man, you So he was telling me what he had in court, and I was like, damn. I was like, bro, I thought I had 40 years. Like, I was not saying I was content, or I just thought I had 40 years, and I won't do 40 years. The mom was like, nah, you don't need to do the whole sentence. You only do like 65% of it. So if like 40, they probably want X, Y, Z. So I was like, dang. Okay. That changed my mind. That calmed me down a little bit, because when you thinking you just got 40 years, that's like a life sentence. To me, anyway, to me, that was like a life sentence. And so I slides down the law library. I see a few people down there. So this short, chubby, brown-skinned dude, I can't remember his name, he slides up on me like, because I look confused. I was confused. I didn't know what to look for. I didn't even really know how to breathe for real, for real. I was still, you know what I'm saying? I was still, like, you know what I'm saying? I was still learning. So, he like, hey man, what's up with you? You looking for something? So I was like, yeah, I'm trying to see what I need to order my transcript. So he told me, and I'm like, bet. I'm like, I do that. He was like, you got somebody working on your case? I was like, I got a lawyer. He was like, nah, because he was like, your trial lawyer can't represent you, like on your appeal or something. Something he was saying. So I was like, oh, I ain't know that. So he was like, man, come down here and rap to me, man. I could, we probably could, you know what I'm saying, work something out, and I could, you know what I'm saying, help you with your case. So I'm like, bet. So I shoots out that jump, go handle my business, go run around the jail, go do what I normally do on a normal jail day. So I tell Bone, at the time I remember who it was, so I tell Wack, I'm like, remember y'all, Bones is Wack, Wack is Bone. Sometimes I say Bone, sometimes I say Wack. That's my bad. But I went on a Wack up on the tier. I'm like, man, I ran into this dude, such and such, down at the law library. He said, Bone was like, what? Man, that creep ass nigga. So I was like, he was like, yeah, man, he always trying to get, it was like he always trying to get, it was like he always trying to get dudes to hook him up with their mothers or something when he said young dude. I'm like, what? I'm like, shit, my mother wouldn't be going for that anyway. I'm like, my mother ain't going for that shit like that. But he was like, yeah, he charged dudes to look at the case, but he always trying to, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, so I kept that mental note in my head. So, you know what I'm saying, next day come, I go down there, he tell me, explain me, give me the PD address, how to order my transcripts. I got filed like Energen or something. So we did that. Then he was like, far as helping you in your case, he was like, I normally charge X, Y, Z because I got to read your transcripts, do this, do that, if we're going to file, you know what I'm saying? Because I haven't filed anything. He was like, or you could, as soon as he said, or, I seen Wack in my head laughing like that creep. And he was like, oh man, you know, some young ladies that good, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh yeah. He was like, he said, He said, "But how old is you, man? I'm probably your mother age." And when he said that, I was like, if this dude asks about my mother, I'm knocking him out of here. Straight like that. Like, I'm not playing no games about my mother, and I don't want nobody to think it's cool to like play with me about my mother. Like that clicked in my head like that. I'm like, if this dude asks me to introduce him to my mother or anything like that, I'm putting him on his back pockets. So he was like, yeah, you young. He said, I'm probably your mother age. So I'm already. I ain't even thinking about law no more. I'm not thinking about home. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm thinking about this. If he asks me about my mother, I'm putting him on his back pockets, and I'm gonna stomp him out. So I was like, so I started laughing. He like, how old is you? So I'm like, I'm 16. He like, you 16? He went off. He like, you 16? What you doing in here? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, yeah, when I was at DLC, I had a warrant for another murder, boosted my points. It got me sent here. He like, man, we need to be working on getting you out of here. I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, I'm good. I already heard this story about you. I'm good. And I heard about the other prisons, so they was telling me about like Hagerstown, niggas be swinging locks in the sock. I'm not trying to go up there with them young wild. I'm like, them youngins wild. They hit niggas with doorknobs and locks on the string. I'm like, man, I ain't going up there because you don't hear about that in the cut. Like, I ain't nobody get hit with no lock, no string. Like, if something happen, somebody pushing a knife, man. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, I'm such and such. She was like 49 or something. And I don't even remember how old my mother was at the time, but he was like, but so he slid out of it though, cause he was like, yeah, man. He's like, tell your mother, man, you got a new lawyer, and send my picture to her friends. So when he said that, I was like, he ain't play with me, he ain't disrespect my mother. He's shooting at her friends, even though my mother don't got no women friends like that. My mother used to like have a friend that didn't have another friend. Like she bounced through friends. Like I remember a couple of her friends, but so I was like, so I laughed. I was like, damn. I laughed. I was like, all right. I was like, all right, man, whatever. But I was like, that price cool. I was like, that price cool. That price cool. So we left the. So we left the law library. On the tip, bumping to Napoleon again. He like, man, you got a path. God put you on the path. There's gonna be people on this side. There's gonna be people and things on this side that's gonna try to pull you off and knock you off your path. But you gotta stay on your path. Every decision you make, it gotta be you. Don't let nothing influence your decision. Because if you ultimately make the decision, you're gonna be on your path, and whatever come with it because it's you. So I was like, that's what's up. Mind you, I'm young, so it's not going in one ear coming out the other. It's more so like seeds getting planted. Cause I don't really like what Pac say. Picture jewels being handed to an innocent child. Not saying I was innocent, but I didn't fully grasp what he was saying. I ain't fully understand it at that time. But it was times where them seeds, you know what I'm saying, grew. So I, me, Jenna said, get up on the phone, whatever. So boom. Remember I told y'all I lost my visit, so some months go past. So another dude, Pooh, like I am, write them and tell them that you write the chief security, say you seen him walk around the jail, you told him what happened, and he said, write them, you gonna get the visits back. So I was like, I ain't seen no. He was like, listen, all they walk around all day talking to dudes, promise and stuff. They not gonna remember that. So I was like, bet. So I write the chief security, say, yeah, I seen you. You told me to write you in 2 months. Gonna give my visits back. They writes me back, gives me my visits back. I'm psyched. I'm back on the dance floor. We call the visit room the dance floor. So I'm back on the dance floor. Visits back jumping. So now we got a way too. We got a crazy way in that jump. So dudes was like, yeah, you grab some phone chips. So I'm like, bet, I'm gonna grab the phone chips the same way I was grabbing the bread, put it in a little compartment of my shirt, slide through, because phone chips was like that big. So I went up there, got, I don't want to say everybody's names, but I got the first phone chip, got the second phone chip, got the third phone chip. And plus they throwing me something when I'm grabbing a phone chip, boom, boom, boom. So I get, so my phone finally come. Like the junk that I got, my people to pick out for me, chip already ready, put that engine in the car. Now I'm set, bro. I'm set. If it wasn't for like people like Napoleon, I would have been gone off the phone and forget about fighting my case for real, for real. For real, with the cut closing down and dudes getting sent to North Branch and Cumberland, that's how a lot of them dudes start coming home, because they weren't high, they weren't on the phone, they weren't chasing the female CO. Like, they was in prison. So that made dudes, I don't know what them go home more, fight to go home or whatever, but being in that cut, bro, that joint, you pacified in a way, and not because it's easy, because it's so wide open. Like they used to always say, you could do everything in there but drive a car. You know what I'm saying? So I pay Slim. So my transcripts come. I play Slim, look through 'em. Slim look through 'em. He finds like something that my lawyer didn't say on the consolidation. Follow me, y'all. If y'all don't know what it means, it's just some legal terms and stuff that happened on trial. So I hit my lawyer. He like, yeah, I did that on purpose so you could go back on appeal. I'm like, bet. I give my lawyer number to the nigga down the law library. Nigga down the law library like, boy, this might be your ticket home. I'm like, out of here. So he going through the trial. He going through all the transcripts, sending me all the arguments he gonna put together for the appeal. I'm like, bet, we sweet. And my lawyer was willing to say he dropped the ball. Shout out Antonio Jones, still my lawyer to this day. Slim 100% official. Just beat my man gun charge. You get another charge for another home. If you need a lawyer and you in DC, Maryland area, holler at me. I'll put you on with Antonio Jones. But so a couple weeks go by. A CO put a manila envelope in my cell. I opens it up, and it's the petition. It's the appeal. Slim wrote it up. You know, they got the typewriters in it. They got the typewriters in there. I'm looking at it. I'm like, dang. I'm like, that's it. He put a little note in there like, man, I appreciate you. Got any questions? Let me know. This is how you file it. Put this many stamps on it. Everything is already addressed. And go, you know what I'm saying? Go send it out. Read over it. I'm in there reading over it like I know what I'm reading. I don't know what he talking about. But I know it was just certain issues in it that I even remember, like certain issues he raised. I remember it happening during trial. I didn't know it was an issue or not, but I remember it happened during trial. And there's a lot of things that I know that they did. Like, for one, in the court and judicial procedures, a 15-year-old can get charged with second-degree murder. But they consolidated a new charge and during the trial, and I got second-degree felony murder, which was a new charge. The only other person convicted for that charge was one person. His name was Michael Roy. So he was looking at his case. He used his case because he fought his all the way up to like the Supreme Court. So we was fighting that. He was fighting the fact that, like, you know what I'm saying, basically I'm supposed to be in a juvenile court. He had some issues about certain things not being raised, certain things not being objected to. The time was solid. I sends it in. I go down to the law library, let him know I sends it in. He shakes my hand. He like, bruh, I might be out of here. So I was like, dang. He was like, but what they do is, like, you get your time back, you go down Marlboro, they're gonna see if they wanna retrial you, which I know they probably gonna retrial me because my case so high profile. Even he said it, and he was like, yeah. So I was like, bet. I was like, let's get it. And in that moment, I was looking at him because he got life. Like I think he had 2 life sentences. Yeah, he had 2 life sentences plus 20. I was like, I wonder how I feel to get people home, but you can't get yourself home. Like, no shade on him, because this case might be, they might have did what they supposed to did in this case, or he don't have issues strong enough to overturn. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, how do that feel? And you know, I remember I'm young then, so I'm like, I'm not even thinking of the satisfaction that might come with it, to beat the system and getting people home. I'm just really thinking about you get somebody home, but you can't get home. Like, I know that gotta be, I was thinking back then that gotta be something hard to deal with. Like, damn, like you could get people their freedom, but you can't get your freedom. So now I'm in a different mindset. Now I'm in a different mindset of like, I got the opportunity to win my freedom back. So do that change the way I bit? Do that change that I'm hustling? Do that change that I'm got a knife and willing to stab somebody or willing to die about something? Do that change any of that? So I don't really got nobody to talk to at the time because, man, dudes got life. Like, dudes got life in this job. So it's like, who do I go to talk to? Like, hey, yeah, what should I do? I got a chance of going home. Like, I don't want them to, you know what I'm saying, take it the wrong way. So, me and Rabbit was talking about it because Rabbit didn't have life. Rabbit was in the cut for the same reason like me, because his points was high, because Rabbit got a bunch of charges. He got escape charges. He got fight, stabbings. He got all type of stuff on his record. So when he came back in the system, points was high. He got sent to the cut too. So Rabbit just was like, nah, man, you got Curry the same way. Got Curry the same way. Nothing don't change. Like, nothing don't change, bro. At all. Nothing don't change. You gotta do you. And what put more pressure on is because a guy that we came up the road with from Marlboro named Love, Buddy Love, he home now. That's my dog. Well, we call him Buddy Love, and there his name different on the street. But he was saying every day he going home. He like, man, I'm going home, man. I ain't do nothing. He kept saying like he ain't like he ain't do nothing. They ain't had no evidence or nothing. Got railroaded at trial. He was saying that every day. And one day he came up. He came up to the grill and was like, hey, man, I'm about to go home. Slim went home. Man. I was like, damn, that shit. Like, I'm like, damn, it's real. Because other than that, the whole time I'm in the cut, nobody don't go home from the cut. People got life in there. It's like, you gonna die in there, or you stab somebody, get sent to another jail, sent to out back to the annex, or like you, the people you around, y'all gonna be around each other for a long time because that's just what it is. Like, and those people was around each other before I got there, and before they got to the cut, a lot of those people was in the pen together, or a lot of those people was out back together. So the Maryland Penitentiary, when I say the pen. So they know each other. Like, all them dudes know each other because they've been bitten around each other forever because they got life sentences. It just depending on when they caught it. So I knew it was going to take a little second for the appeal to get answered. They said anywhere from X amount of months to a year or whatever. But they was like, if they don't deny it or the break is good. Like, not hearing is good. So that's all I was waiting on the appeal, but it was just bothering my thoughts, so I had to, you know what I'm saying, push it to the back of my mind. I had to push it to the back of my mind because it was like blowing me thinking about it. Because I really, from seeing Love go home, I really thought I had a chance. And the way Slim was telling me, he was like, the way Slim was telling me was like, but also, man, that's his work, so you know he gonna say the good positive stuff about his work. But I ended up meeting a good man down there named Lomax. A good man named Lomax. He told me, I met him in the library. He told me, never stop studying your case. File petition after petition after petition. Even while you got petitions in, study your case. Get ready for your post conviction. Get ready. So when when I met Lomax and he started talking that, I was like, this ain't guaranteed now. So that really took the pressure off and helped me navigate my regular day without having to think about it all the time. So I gave Lomax my transcripts too. But Lomax was more so on trying to teach me the law and teach me what to look for. Because I was like, I got thousands of pages of transcripts. My transcripts like this big, pause. And he showed me how to read through, how to highlight, and what to look for. So I was like, oh, I thought you just sit there and read each and every page. Though some people might do, he showed me like what to look for, what language to look for, what other cases to look up, and he gave me a lot of game. Lomax was low, and I heard Lomax home like he worked for like a law firm or he do something. He from out Baltimore. I talked about him on a Small Lies interview, and a lot of people was in the comments saying that he do something out there dealing with lawyers, because he was sharp with that law, man. Slim was sharp. I ain't gonna lie, Slim was sharp. But yeah, that was my journey. That was my journey to find out that, man, I ain't just stuck in prison, or I'm not just gonna be stuck in prison. That I got a chance to give the time back. So I told my mother about it, and she was like, damn. I told like the females I was talking to. I remember one of the females saying like, man, I'm gonna be a lawyer. I'm gonna go to school for law so I can get you up out of there, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, man, I heard that. And so Lomax was sending me people cases to read. And the crazy thing, one of the cases I got, it said Larry Wack. So I'm like, dang. So I'm not gonna do it. Like, hey, why? He like, yeah, that's my uncle. He gave back. He was up in here, gave back his time. I was like, damn, that's like that. And one of the Wack homies gave back their time that was in their life. So he was only up there for like 6 months or something, or 9 months or something crazy. Gave his time back. He had to buy it, gave his time back. So that's when I was like, damn, it's realistic to happen. And shout out to Uncle Larry too. That's my dog. But yeah, I'm like, it's realistic to happen, man. It's realistic. I'm like, it's realistic, and I still got that innocent young hope too. You hear me? But and then it gave people hope on the street that I ain't just washed up, because you gotta think, your homie, you on the phone talking to your homie from jail, and he got 40 years, man. What the, you hear me? Like, what that's going? How you going? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was my lesson on law, on prison, jailhouse lawyers, finding out about post convictions, appeals, reconsiderations, modifications, federal corpus habeas, motion to reopen. Man, there's so many little angles you could go to. I know the only thing I was hearing about like the Innocent Project was getting people out, but I know I couldn't go for that jump. But yeah, man. So right now, if y'all know, there's a lot of people coming home right now. There's a lot of people coming home right now. A lot of people getting a lot of time back in court. A lot of people getting, you know what I'm saying, that juvenile Joan, that in that Second Chance Act, that's getting a lot of people out who might have exhausted their remedies in court. So shout out to them coming home. Hope they ready to touch down and make it happen, man. Because if you could survive all them years in prison, man, putting up with like living like an animal in a cage, but not losing who you are as a man, standing on business, standing on principles, not just letting go and saying F it and jumping in different lanes in prison, but you remain a man. Man, you deserve a second chance. You deserve a second chance at life, man. So That was an episode of Kites. We was just breaking down the law library and how I got introduced to it. Shout out to Napoleon, a big homie, man. Glad you home, prospering. Yeah, we want to take it